Joel 3:3. And they have cast lots for my people.
They have cast lots for my people. All right.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
They've given a boy for a harlot. Okay.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold a girl for wine. So that's what they were selling them for. Wine, guns, things like that. That's what them Africans were selling us for because they came against us. You see, when we was all up there in Europe, when we was in the northern part of Africa. We had empires in the northern part of Africa, all right?
That they might drink.
That they might drink and party. That's what them Africans and them Arab and the white man was doing. You see, all right?
Yay! And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon?
That's them Arab.
Hamites.
I mean, Salah. That's them Hamites, which is the African, which is not their biblical name. Okay, they Hamite. That's what Obama is. He's a Hamite. He's a Cushite because the lineage go back to his father. You see, whatever your father is, that's what you are. You see, that's what sperm is. Like if I plant a seed in the earth, which is an apple seed, what you gonna get? An apple tree. If you plant an orange tree, what you gonna get? An orange tree. It's like if I plant my seed in a woman, what you gonna get? A Hebrew Israelite, or Edomite, or Ammonite, or a Hamite, them they biblical name, which is the Edomites are the white man, the Hamites are the so-called Africans over there, or the so-called white man because he ain't white, he red. The so-called Africans over there, the Ammonites is the Japanese, the Moabites is the Chinese, you see? So that's what you gonna get. That's their biblical name, what I name, all right?
And say, yay, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon?
Yeah, that's them Africans.
All coast of Palestine.
All coast of Palestine. That's them Arabs. And Arabs mean mixture. That's what the white man put on because it's a mixture of people over there. And their biblical name is Ishmael. That's where they come out of, Ishmael. Them Arabs over there. All right.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily.
Because they knew, the reason how they knew how to get us, because prophecy was known. They knew if we was fighting amongst each other, they was gonna get us. Just like we was fighting amongst each other, the Franks, the Anglo-Saxons, the Burgundies, the Vandals. We was fighting amongst each other. So in Africa too, which those names was in Europe, but we was fighting amongst each other in Africa too. That's how they knew to come get us, because we fought against each other. The Most High was gonna put them curses on us, and that was part of prophecy. So that's how they knew to get us. Okay, all right.
I will return. Let me see. Go back. And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own heads.
In other words, they was mad because the Heavenly Father chose us as a nation of people to be His people, and they was mad. And they say, okay, since you chose them, we're gonna pay you back by putting your people in slavery. You see, that's what they did. All right.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my godly, pleasant things. The children also.
Now, who got them Salat? Who got their gold and their silver in them temples? Not the Africans, them Arabs. They got gold everywhere over there. You see? All right.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
The children of Judah, meaning these people, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the children of Israel, Ephraim on down, all right?
You have sold unto the Grecians.
The Grecians, now if you look up that word Grecian, it goes back to Javon, which is Japhet. But since Alexander, when he conquered the dark nations in 332 BC or in 331 BC, he took on that name as a Grecian. He was a Greek. Okay, so that name fall on these white people now, which they're not Japhetic. Japhetic are the people of Samoan, and Tonganese, the Aborigines, meaning the people in those lands. Okay, all right.
Ye have sold unto the Grecians.
You have sold unto the Grecians and the white man. Okay,
that ye might remove them far from their border.
So when we got removed far from our border, we was in Jerusalem, and we fled into Africa in 70 AD. We fled into Africa in 70 AD during Titus and Vespasian, during the Roman persecution. and we migrated into Africa, and we got moved far from our borders, meaning from on the other side, from Jerusalem, Africa, and we brought it all over here. We moved far from our border. That's history, man. That's a known fact, and that's in the scriptures. That's why we was telling you it's a history book. Pictures, documents, and stories, and prophecy. That's what history is. Okay? All right?
It says, behold, this is Joel 3:7. I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
That's right.
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
So how is he raising us up now? By coming back to him and knowing that we Hebrew Israelites. You see? That's how he's raising us up. And this is and I'm gonna have this brother read this. The elders brought this out. Salute them brothers. Double honor to them brothers. Brought this out. Slavery in the Arab world, to prove that them Arabs had something to do with the slave trade. Okay? Alright? A lot of people don't know that.
Verse 8, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. And
now
they
going into something else.
They shall
that's going into the payback. Yeah, when we in the kingdom,
yeah.
That's going into the payback of how we're going to have this white man in slavery, and we're going to be selling them to the other nations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said, I will sell your sons and your daughters unto the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far away, for the Lord has spoken.
Yeah, we're going to do them the same way. That's why I say in Revelation 13 and 10, those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to have this brother read this right fast. Alright, now we finna go into the history. And the same thing that we just read, we finna go into the history about that slave trade.
This is Slavery in the Arab World.
Slavery in the Arab World.
By Murray Gordon. Page 4, section 2. Yet, centuries before, the first ship flying a flag of a European country slipped out from one of the numerous inlets along Africa's west coast, laden with human cargo.
Who was that human cargo? The Negroes. Okay, all right.
The people of the North African, Arabia, and Persian Gulf were forcibly transferred in large numbers of blacks.
We just read that prophecy, so we were forced. You see that? How we read that? Okay.
Down the Nile to Egypt and across the network of the vast Saharian trade routes from West and Central Africa to the countries of the Maghreb. And decades after, the last slave ship sailed westward to the Americas and the West Indies, where slavery had been abolished by the early 1870s. Arabs were furtherly moving out Zanzibar and Mombasa.
Zanzibar is on the east side of Africa. Okay.
And Mombasa and other African ports, following the familiar Indian Ocean routes for the consignment of ebony. The masters of these vast latent rigged ships were methodological.
Yeah, okay.
Packed in sardine-like fashion with men, women, and children, maneuvered skillfully in evading the small force of the British slopes.
So after slavery was abolished, when they sold us in slavery, they were still doing it. You see? After they had abolished slavery, them Arabs was over there still doing it. You see? Selling our people, because you still have our people, some of our people left over there. Okay? Because Israel is spread all over the world. Okay? All right?
The blacks caught up in this trade were fated to be sold in the slave marts of Arabia, the Persian Gulf, the Ottoman Empire, and India.
Which is in Europe, okay?
Relatively little has been written about the facet of the slave trade. Although the number of blacks were fell victim to Muslim slave traders can never be determined. There is a little doubt that the figures ran to several million over the centuries and that the traffic was carried on.
All right, jump down there.
Many were sold as slaves in these countries, and untold others were resold.